Hey there, Justice 3 TV, it's me, Athorian, and I am here to bring you a reaction to the very last Avengers Endgame trailer. This would be officially, I believe, number 3, not counting any kind of teasers or anything. I know I haven't done reactions before for the Avengers Endgame. I have never got around to uploading them. Things sometimes just get that busy. So, without further ado, let's jump into this trailer and see what we got going for us.
If we do this, we'd be going in short-handed.
Yeah,
Some pretty dramatic
killed all
music.
our friends.
We owe this to everyone who's not in this room to try.
I must be when he decided to shave
It's not about how much we lost.
Nebula.
It's about how much we have left.
Okay, so we definitely know for sure he's... Oh, look at that
Where's the
suit!
Avengers? We gotta finish this. You trust me? I do.
Yes! Oh!
You could not live with your own failure.
Oh man, he's gonna be juiced!
Where did that
War
bring you?
Machine suit.
Back to me.
Ooh, look at that suit, look at that suit, look at that suit!
Tickets on sale now.
Oh my god. Yeah, tickets on sale now, but you know, I'm sensing a lot of corporate espionage at this point because I've been checking every single day, and today, for some reason, the account that I have with my movie theater can't access it. I mean, this is probably breaking the internet at this point now that tickets are on sale. Okay, so let's break it down real quick. Let's see anything new. We're going to talk about anything new that we're seeing here. You know, there's things in this background that, they're spending a lot of time in this office space. So my theory behind this is they're going to be spending a lot of time really stewing in what has just gone down in Infinity War. Couple things right away that I want to talk about. The whole, avenging themselves against Thanos, to me, overall, in that scheme of things, doesn't make a lot of sense. Yes, tracking him down, unless it's got something to do with that gauntlet, or somehow a part of erasing what happened to the entire universe, I don't really see much point in fighting Thanos. I'm going to be completely honest. Going back and fighting him seems very trivial in comparison to what went down. You know, half the universe's population went down. Now, how did the universe or the gauntlet itself, or maybe had some kind of subconscious theory behind the way Thanos was thinking about destroying 50% of all life in the universe? You know, did some planets get the axe, more than others? You know, how do you determine 50%? You know, is it per planet? Now, in my way of thinking, if the gauntlet really was trying to interpret Thanos' theory behind the 50%. He used to go from world to world, destroying 50% of their population. Now, even that seems skewed to me. But if he's doing the snap thing and going through with it, I think the Gauntlet would interpret that as per world. And 50% down the line between if it's indiscriminate, it wouldn't matter if you're a man or woman. It would definitely just be 50% down the line. Boom. Now you gotta consider, like, from that time of the snap, what about, like, Xandar? For example, all the worlds that he's already hit. I mean, is his subconscious excluding those planets already? Or, is Xandar and the planets that he hit already are getting fucked twice? Did they get twice as much hardship as any other planet in the universe? So how, the big question is how are the Avengers going to interpret all of this? In their grief, what has happened, what they're planning on doing about it. The only solution that I can think of in this fight, if there is a big fight to be had, is Thanos is trivial. Fighting him strictly to, avenge their friends, unless it's to make themselves feel better, which I don't think is a hero's way of doing things. And, and I think, with, certain events like Stan Lee passing away, I think it's going to be excruciatingly important in this particular film, this Endgame film, to really push, you know, what Stan Lee and, you know, crew were really trying to push with all the major superheroes, you know, good for goodness sake. You know, if they decide to sidestep that altogether and not even bother, then I don't know how much this movie is going to work for me. I don't get me wrong, I'm definitely looking forward to this, but I don't want it to turn into some huge revenge tale, you know. Obviously, with, you know, Black Panther and Spider-Man, who we both know are coming back, there is a plan in place to erase what has happened. Now, do they need Thanos for that? That's the question. You know, I don't think they're going to go in there strictly for revenge. There must be some kind of big plan here that Tony and all the others have to that. Or maybe that's going to be a sort of side quest or side effect of what they're trying to accomplish in this movie. So let's break down what we've seen and what we've already seen like 1,000 times to try to break down, you know, anything that might be new. Now look at this office. There's stuff around here, and we've seen this area like 1,000 times already, so they're really going to focus on Avengers Headquarters and how they are going to deal with all of this. There's a courtyard with Black Widow, definitely thinking things through. This scene's got to be important. I mean, this is a weird shot right here altogether. I mean, it almost makes Chris Evans or Captain America seem smaller than he really is. I mean, this is definitely important because he's shaved, you know, like this is a new him, as tragic as it may seem. Ooh, this scene, you got Nebula and Rocket. They're definitely going to touch base on a personal level because they're both, you know, they both are familiar with that entire Guardians of the Galaxy crew, especially Nebula and her sister. What I like about Nebula's inclusion in this movie is that my biggest gripe so far, even though so much has happened in a short period of time, so you can explain away a lot of it, is that the end of the universe theme, right? I don't think a lot of the villains who we sort of actually side with a little bit, you know, characters like, you know, the Vulture, the ones that are still around, you know, the villains that are still around, I don't think they're going to sit on the sidelines and not do something about it, you know? There are a lot of the villains that can actually participate in this fight that would be useful. Obviously, there is, you know, bazillions upon bazillions of characters that you can utilize for this, and it's important to focus down on certain characters. But this is why I like Nebula's inclusion in, you know, Avengers Endgame. She is a villain, okay? And she's participating in this Endgame battle, or is going to be a part of it in some major way. I would have liked to see some other villains take part in it, like, you know, the Vulture would be cool, even though I don't think he would bring any important scheme to this. Another flyer would be good. You know, Rocket could definitely boost the flight and armor capabilities of his character. You know, adding the Tinker to the team alongside Rocket would be freaking amazing. Alright, so let's move on. We don't want to spend too much time on this. We all knew that Tony was going to make it back to Earth. Oh, but look at this armor though. Very classic. And what I like about this design is it's really taken in that humanoid muscular figure. You know, it's almost like it's going back to the beginning, but at the same time keeping things simplified, less sci-fi looking. Like, though the Iron Man suit in Infinity War was amazing, this design to me is the most appealing. My big question is here, dude, what is he putting in this suit? You know what I mean? I mean, it is very simple looking, and I love the muscle structure. Look at the separation in some of the joints here to really show that through. I love that about this design. It really makes him look, when you're talking about the Iron Man suit and Tony being a part of the Iron Man suit, there's a very human element there. And I like the design theory behind the muscle structure in his suit to really make that show through. Black Widow again, with time that has obviously passed. They're all going back to the beginning in some kind of design way. Okay, who do we got? Oh, look at Rocket in his suit, the classic comic book suit. I love it. Nebula looks like she's wearing something different. Hawkeye or Ronin, however you guys want to see him. War Machine, Tony. What are they looking at? That's what I want to know. What are they looking at? They're like, the expressions here are almost one of relief and surprise. Black Widow's hair is faded out, so this must be near the end or the start of their actual mission in Endgame. Nebula and Rocket, they're telling a story here. They're cosmic characters. They do have knowledge and resources outside of Earth. So his suit and hers, they seem really noble in a way for their character design. It seems like they had their own adventure to reach out and accomplish something. I would love to see some surprises like Nova be a part of this. Like a new character. Who we got here? We got Rocket, Captain Marvel. You know, with everybody here, she looks good. I like it. I like it. It almost seems like this was filmed way before her movie. Okay, this is early in the film. Look at Black Widow's hair. She hasn't grown it out yet. So they're either searching for Tony because he's lost, so they're the ones that are going to save them, or they're trying to accomplish an element of their mission. Now, I'm gonna go with saving Tony. Man, that's gonna be a heart tugger right there. I have a very loose theory behind this. I personally believe, like, when you watch the Spider-Man Homecoming trailer, so when Peter goes to his closet, when he's thinking about going out on his field trip, whatever, for his school, there's this very intense moment when he goes to reach for the suit. There's a lot more emotion there than the very campy, loose idea about him not taking Spider-Man with him, you know? I think there's more to that than that. You know, that suit represents a lot of his origins with his father figure, Tony Stark, you know? And the reason why Peter is back has got to be that reason, you know? I think that Tony is making a sacrifice play to bring Peter and, I don't know, maybe the rest of the universe back. I think to make for good storytelling and for maybe the next phase, it might be a good idea to leave a lot of that behind, you know, where a lot of the universe has been destroyed, but maybe bringing back certain characters, obviously Black Panther and Peter Parker, but for some reason they couldn't undo what they did. Just brought back some of the important characters that we know and love. Obviously, you know, if my theory, you know, could be wrong or you have something to add to it, leave that down in the comments down below and let's start a conversation about it. You know, the movie's coming up really fast, so let's get started now. Okay, so we got Thanos' ship. This has got to be some kind of flashback. You know, there could be something else going on here. Think about the nature of Thanos' forces. You know, just because he decided to take a vacation, what is his legion and crew going to do? You know, were they exempt from the snap? Or are they looking to conquer at this point? I'm sure that the Supreme Intelligence would have something to say about that. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at War Machine. He looks great. He's got an awesome black and gray digital camo pattern going on with his suit. That looks awesome. Obviously, this has got to be an improvement to his suit. So what are they doing? Nebula's with him. War Machine's there. Can't tell what ship that is. That's tough to tell what's going on here or how far the improvements have gone to his suit to what's happening in the beginning, contrasting with what's happening at the end. Can't see anything in the reflections in their eyes either. This series with him donning his armor, including him in Endgame, that's where the mystery and intrigue is for me. Like, why include him at all? Especially since basically he's hung up his armor. Is this a past Thanos? Or a flashback maybe? And even if he's jumping back into the fray, why would they need Thanos to begin with? Unless they need to lead back to where he had the gauntlet made. Lots of questions around his inclusion in Endgame. Because there's no guarantee that this scene right here There's no guarantee that Tony is actually looking at Thanos. This is definitely a battleground. We don't know from what, though. You know, is he looking at Thanos or something else? He's wearing that newer, cool-looking version of the Iron Man suit. That looks like classic Iron Man suit. You know, like the cut-off sleeves kind of thing. One of the cooler-looking suits, I think. From the comic book, sorry. Okay, Iron Man, Thor, Captain America. But we still don't know who they're walking for. Okay, so, look, it is Thanos. He's sitting. I think they're there for a final fight. But I think something else is happening here. Is he trying to reverse what he did? Is he trying to face a truth to find that what he did was wrong? That's tough. That's tough. There's got to, I mean, it's the end, so there's got to be some great storytelling elements that's going to twist this up completely. I can't wait to see it. Well, there you have it, Justice 3 TV. That's my reactions and my thoughts about this trailer. What do you think is going on in Avengers Endgame? I want to hear your theories and how you feel about Thanos being involved in Endgame. Until next time, I'm Authority for Justice 3 TV, and this has been another reaction for you. Don't forget, if you're brand new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. You know, if you need to, it's down in the right-hand corner of your screen. I'll leave the link in the description below. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you know whenever we're uploading any new content. That way, you're first to know.